Welcome back to my house. This is our central return in the living space portion of our house. We have a studio also, which I'm not talking about in this video too much, but this central return is where all of the air returns back to the equipment, which is in the crawl space underneath us. Now, when we started out, because I didn't think about this very well, which I now help my clients think through because I've been through it, we had 15 filters built into this house that needed to be monitored and all that stuff. We've gotten it down to 9. And that is, for the complexity of this house, again, the studio adds extra complexity. So what I'm doing today is making this all simpler in case I get hit by a bus. And most of my clients are this way. You get one person in the family who's willing to be the submarine captain, who's gonna make sure everything works right. When you've got a high performance home, you get a lot of moving parts. You get ERV, you got dehumidifier, you get makeup air, you got all these different things. And what we've got here is the ability to have one filter size that we can order a lot of and then use in different places. So I am using this filter, which I've upgraded. We started out with a 2-inch filter. When we went from a 2-inch to a 4-inch from beginning to end, we added about 50% more filter area. So if we take one of these filters and we rip it apart with just a pair of scissors, then we can see that the 2-inch here and the 4-inch are actually drastically different sizes. This one's about 8 feet long by 2 feet wide. This one is 12 feet long by 2 feet wide. So it's an extra 50% bigger for the 4-inch version. That is what is going to result in a lower pressure drop across the filter, which results in better airflow and quieter noise. So this return, just like any return, should be at least 10 linear feet and 2 90-degree turns away from the equipment. You can hear what this thing sounds like. It's like a sleep machine. I actually appreciate that I can hear a little bit from the machine, because then I know when the power has gone out in the middle of the night, if I can't hear this sound, or when it's gone into defrost mode. So this 4-inch filter is a stock size, 24 by 24. What I had to do here was take the 2-inch deep lip and move it back another 2 inches and make sure that it all fit right, because again, it's a handmade thing, so it's not necessarily perfectly square. I then added this weather stripping. This is just heavy duty foam or high density foam weather stripping. You can see by the dust that's deposited here that the air really wants to go around this, and that is actually a sign that some of the air is getting through there, but it's okay. You can't be perfect. Perfect is the enemy of good. So don't not do this because you're gonna get a little bit of what's called blow by or filter bypass. It's okay. So we added 2 layers of the weather stripping here because it sits down into it, and then the rest of it is per the way that you weather strip, which is sit it down into that and then tilt it back. And when the fan is on, it's pulling this thing against this weather stripping here, here, and here. And then gravity is pushing it down into these 2. And also that's what this tape is for. Masking tape is cheap. I'm replacing this once every 3 months. Last time it was replaced was May. So this thing is a month old and it still looks perfectly fine. In another couple of months, it will look gray and you will need to replace it. And these 24 by 24 by 4-inch filters cost somewhere around 30, 40 bucks per. I like that. And also, even if you were paying $150 for a filter, you can look at this and say, this stuff is not inside my kid's lungs or my cat's lungs if you're a pet person. And that should make you happy. So think of it that way. This is our current static pressure for a 4-inch thick media filter. This air handler is moving about 800 CFM. MERV 13 is gonna filter out a lot of stuff. When I'm doing the design, I always do MERV 13 minimum. MERV 11 is the beginning of helping human health. Underneath MERV 11, if it's not MERV rated, your filter, it's not helping your members of your family. MERV 13 is pretty good. MERV 16 would be better, but that starts to be, again, more restrictive. We don't want that. So this number is a beautiful number. That's actually what we ideally designed for. That's what a lot of guys are installing with a 1-inch that's see-through from just the hardware store. You can see what we had to start out with a 2-inch filter in this video where I switched from the 2-inch to the 3-inch upgrade. But now we're at the real sweet spot, and I can get a lot better airflow with a lot less resistance from the fan. So the static pressure thing is such a big deal that it also goes for things like duct sizing on the ERV. The static pressure really matters. It's the same reason I upsized from 8-inch to 10 inch to put this 10 inch round box in for the filter, and then went back down to 8 is because of the static pressure drop. And it says that is the reason why I've gone to this big boy, which is a 10 inch on both sides, 24 inch by 24 inch by 4 inch thick filter. That's a MERV 13. This is going to work much better than this little guy did. This is just not a hardcore piece of equipment. You can even get them in carbon coated 24 by 24 by 4. So this would be for getting rid of odors coming from outside, like in the case of wildfire season, etc. And I just did a hard reset on the Brone AI ERV that we've got here. It's a 210, and even with the 8 inch up sizing on this, I'm still only max able to get 158 out of a perfectly clean system. So that is, I know now, as good as we can get. Which is okay, because I normally only run this thing at about 105 typically. So boost mode would be that 158, and that's rarely I'd be boosting it up for that. That's only really for parties. I do not have boost buttons in my bathrooms, just as a reminder.